Marietta College. $1,200 of your closest friends across 100 acres. This is home.
Coming up today on WCMO NewsCenter 15, the first Mountaineer Mile Trail opens in West Virginia.
And the Cleveland Browns ask taxpayers to pitch in for a doomed stadium in the suburbs.
All this and more coming up. WCMO NewsCenter 15 starts now. Hello and welcome to today's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Zach Wurstel.
And I'm Evie Gravelin, topping our news today.
Local and state leaders gathered in Marietta earlier this week to celebrate the official groundbreaking of the brand new Ohio River Museum. The $14.3 million project, led by the Ohio History Connection with help from the Northwest Territory Museum Society and the Washington County Public Library, will stand on the same spot as the old museum, which closed in 2022. Once open, it will showcase local history and artifacts, plus house the county library's genealogy archives. Museum director Aaron Augustine called it a way to share Marietta's special story with the world. The main building opens next fall, with more to come in 2027.
A high school basketball player was arrested after officers determined he was attempting to harm other players intentionally on the court on Thursday, February 27th. Officers with West Virginia State Police, Moorfield-Petersburg Detachment received a complaint from Melissa Streets about her 17-year-old son being assaulted at the basketball game at Union High School in Grant County the prior evening. Streets told officers her son was transported to the hospital for profuse bleeding and was later diagnosed with a broken nose. The release said she also mentioned the entire incident was on camera and all the players' actions were intentional and unacceptable. She provided the video of the incident to Corporal Charles Hartman, along with another video showing the same boy being aggressive multiple times.
It's been a breezy week thus far.
Let's see if it will get more rain for the May flowers.
Landon is here with the current conditions. What's going on outside right now, Landon?
Well, breezy definitely is a word for it, Zach, in terms of the weather we've been having this past and the last week as well. And this week is no different. That's just how weather goes here in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Today it feels like about 65 degrees outside with a chance of cloudy conditions and expected high of 71. Have a moderate level for a UV index, 32 level air quality, a good, and a low pollen count. No doubt we'll be getting a bit lower in a few days. The winds will be running around the west at about 13 miles per hour. The humidity is roughly 90%. That's why a lot of us are perspiring a bit today. The sun rose about 6 after 7 today and should, if everything goes according to plan, be setting approximately 8 before 8 this evening. Now, as is per normal for weather patterns in the Mid-Ohio Valley, we've kind of, even though we're in the thick of spring, we're still kind of at the stage where we're fluctuating between being relatively warm, relatively cool, and extremely cold. But we're in for a bit of a heat spell coming this weekend, but we're also in for a little bit of rain, as Evie suggested. And I'll go in a little bit more detail about that when I return later on for the 5-day forecast. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Landon. In other news, the Cleveland Browns won a $2.4 billion stadium, asking Ohio taxpayers to chip in $600 million. That proposal just passed the House, but it's sparking a political showdown across the state. Cincinnati's Hamilton County, home to the Bengals, quickly renewed its own $350 million ask for Paycor Stadium. Meanwhile, Cleveland officials are threatening to invoke the Modell Law to block the Browns from leaving their home downtown. With the June 30th deadline and tensions high, the Senate now gets to call the next play.
The first official Mountaineer Mile Trail is available in the Mountain State. On Wednesday, Governor Patrick Morrisey unveiled the trail at Little Beaver State Park. The Mountaineer Mile was launched by Governor Morrisey to encourage West Virginians to walk at least a mile per day. Now, the governor is partnering with state parks in the Mountain State to designate an official Mountaineer Mile Trail in the 32 state parks that have hiking trails. Because West Virginia has the most beautiful state parks in the country, there's no better place to partake in the Mountaineer Mile Challenge, said Governor Morrisey. If the Mountaineer Mile can take off across the state, it will lead to incredible health outcomes for our residents.
Coming up, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and his family were forced to evacuate their official residence.
And the Titanic is being seen in new detail with deep sea technology.
Stay with us. There's more WCMO NewsCenter 15 after the break.
At Marietta College, teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Pile Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and his family were forced to evacuate their official residence early Sunday after a man broke in and set fire using homemade Molotov cocktails. The suspect, 38-year-old Cody Balmer, who police say scaled a 7-foot fence, avoided security, and torched the state dining room before disappearing. Balmer later turned himself in, reportedly telling police he harbored hatred towards the governor. Now Balmer is facing charges including arson, attempted homicide, and terrorism. And a full security review of the residence is underway. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the motive behind this attack is still under investigation.
Starbucks is imposing new limits on what its baristas can wear under their green aprons. Starting May 12th, employees will be required to wear a solid black shirt with khaki, black or blue denim bottoms. Shirt can be short or long-sleeved in collared or collarless. Starbucks will give each employee 2 free t-shirts. Starbucks said that the new dress code will make its green aprons stand out and create a sense of familiarity for customers. It comes as the company is trying to reestablish a warmer, more welcoming experience in its store. The company said in a post on its website, "By updating our dress code, we can deliver a more consistent coffeehouse experience that will also bring simpler and clearer guidance to our partners, which means they can focus on what matters most, crafting great beverages with fostering connections with customers."
You've seen the movie, now get ready to see the Titanic in jaw-dropping detail, thanks to a game-changing deep-sea scan that's rewriting part of history. More than a century after it sank, the Titanic is getting a high-tech resurrection. A new National Geographic documentary, Titanic: The Digital Resurrection, showcases the most precise 3D model ever created of the ship, created by deep-sea mapping from Magellan. This full-scale digital model lets experts explore every inch of the wreck, and the discoveries are stunning. An open steam valve confirms that engineers stayed behind to keep the power running, likely saving hundreds of lives. Another finding, the Titanic didn't split in two, it was split apart. With damage cutting through the first-class cabins, the scan also clears First Officer William Murdo's story, suggesting he was swept away while helping launch lifeboats.
A female Army Ranger for the first time competed in the annual Best Ranger competition, and her two-soldier team finished the grueling three-day event over the weekend and came in 14th overall. First LT, Gabrielle White and her teammate, Captain Seth Delantre, were among the 16 teams that made it through the final events, where Ranger teams competed for accolades as the best part of the elite military force. Altogether, 52 teams competed, and all the others were made up of only male soldiers. Female soldiers were not allowed to be Army Rangers until 2015, when the Army opened Ranger School to women. In August 2015, 2 female soldiers completed the Ranger course for the first time, and later that year, the Defense Department opened all combat jobs to women. Until this year, no female soldiers had entered the Best Ranger competition, Fort Beginning.
Coming up, who's going to be starring in the next Black Panther movie? We have the scoop.
And Haley Lanham has what's trending in Real Talk.
Stay with us.
And we've certainly been experiencing a wide range of temperatures so far this spring. But when we return, I'll have the details with the 5-day forecast coming up. Stay tuned.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. Our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
Welcome back to WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Zach Wurstel, and it's that time in our newscast to find out what's trending.
That's right, our own Haley Lanham has the details in today's Real Talk. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining for another Real Talk with Haley. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about what's trending here in the United States. But first, a cicada invasion is about to hit the U.S. once again. The second largest periodical cicada brood is expected to emerge this spring in about a dozen states in the eastern U.S. Brood 14 emerges once every 17 years, so the last time was 2008. Billions of bugs will come out of the ground when soil temperatures reach 64 degrees, which could happen in April or May, depending on the location. Cicadas are known for the loud, buzzing sound the males make when they're looking for a mate. And Wednesday, Sheryl Lee Ralph was honored with a star on the Walk of Fame. The actress has been a staple in the entertainment industry for more than 4 decades. Ralph made her film debut at 20 years old in A Piece of the Action opposite Sidney Poitier. She also won a Tony for creating the role of Dina Jones in the Broadway musical Dreamgirls. Most recently, you can see Ralph in the ABC sitcom Abbott Elementary. Her portrayal of veteran teacher Barbara Howard earned an Emmy Award in 2022. And lastly, lots of people in Southern California felt the 5.2 earthquake on Monday morning. And the animals did too. Check out the elephants at the San Diego Safari Park. Once the quake starts, the herd starts running. Shortly after, the animals form what experts call an alert circle. They say it's a natural response to perceived threats to protect the herd. The zoo says the elephants are now back to their normal routine. Thank you for joining me once again for another Real Talk with Haley, and that will conclude this segment for this semester. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Thanks, Haley, and let's move on to Hollywood. It's official, the director of Black Panther 3 has confirmed who is the one starring role.
And Tom Hanks makes an appearance in a special music video.
Here's Denise with the Hollywood Minute.
Hi everyone! Back in November, Denzel Washington spilled the proverbial beans by telling an Australian anchor that he would be in the next Black Panther movie, before the movie was even announced. Now the director of that movie, Ryan Coogler, is confirming that, telling the Nightcap podcast that he's been dying to work with Denzel, and as long as Denzel is still on board, Black Panther 3 is going to happen. The Sinister team of Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill are taking an adaptation of the horror novel Road of Bones. Christopher Golden's supernatural thriller is set along Siberia's Kolyma Highway, the construction of which killed thousands of inmates whose bodies were used in the base of the highway. And Tom Hanks' son tries Forrest Gump. The son, country singer Chet Hanks, is releasing a music video inspired by his dad's second Oscar-winning role. Chet is in the country duo Something Out West, who channel Forrest Gump in their latest music video, You Better Run. Chet's dad, Tom Hanks, Forrest himself, even makes an appearance on that iconic bus stop bench. That's all I have from Hollywood for now. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Denise. Spring break looks like it has finally arrived, at least for now.
I wonder what the temperatures will look like next week.
Well, Landon is back with the details. Landon, what can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of this week?
Well, we get a little bit of a taste as we take a look at certain other parts of the country, specifically the West Coast. Now, if you live around the northern border of Utah and Colorado, they're experiencing a bit of a cold snow drizzle there, so they're experiencing some lovely spring weather right there. And as you can see, there's a bit of a rain that's currently sweeping through Illinois. And it's going to be reaching our neck of the woods in the Mid-Ohio Valley, past Indiana into Ohio over the course of the next few days as we head closer and closer into the weekend. But otherwise, aside from the steadily increasing warmth in terms of temperatures we're experiencing, the tri-state area here of Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, and our neck of the woods here in the Mid-Ohio Valley is otherwise relatively calm. Now, going on into the 5-day forecast, we'll take a look at and see how drastically those temperatures will start climbing. Starting on Friday, it's going to be one of the warmest days of the month so far, with cloudy conditions and an expected high of 78. And Saturday will also be a high of 78, and is when that rain I told you about a few minutes ago will be passing through here on Saturday. And as a result of that rain, that's also going to lead to a slight cool down for the churchgoers on Sunday, with a decrease to 68 degrees with cloudy conditions. But then the temperatures will start climbing again going into the work week, with an expected high of 72 and another brief return of some pouring rain. And the temperatures on Tuesday will decrease slightly, but more or less stabilize at a comfortable level of high of 69 with partly cloudy conditions. So as I've said before, we've kind of been teeter-tottering back and forth between extreme warmth and extreme cold, but as we get closer and closer to the end of the month, and therefore the end of the official semester here at Marietta College, the temperatures will start more or less remaining consistent around somewhere between the lower 70s and upper 90s. So expect for the next few weeks the temperatures to remain roughly around the 80s. And looking forward to not having to to being able to wear more comfortable, less baggy clothes going forward, and I'm sure you all are too. Glad I've been able to do the weather for you this semester, and I'll see you all again at the end of the program for one more time. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Landon, for the update. When we come back, Andrew will join us with an update from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
The next disaster is coming. The time to get ready is now. Make a plan. Choose meetup locations and keep a contact list. Build a kit with food and water. Don't forget your pets. Keep extra medicine on hand. Make copies of key documents and keep them somewhere safe. Stay informed, learn about local hazards, and sign up for alerts. Be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
Thanks for staying with us, and joining us now for Sports Talk is Andrew.
Andrew, tell us about it.
After 11 years of near misses and major heartbreak, Rory McIlroy finally was able to put on the green jacket in Augusta. The 35-year-old from Northern Ireland clinched the Masters in a dramatic sudden death playoff against Justin Rose, completing his career Grand Slam. The win didn't come easy as McIlroy blew a 2-shot lead in 2 holes and then a 4-shot lead in the following 3. But when it mattered most, he stuck a wedge to 3 feet in the playoff and drained the putt for the birdie. With that, McIlroy joins elite company of Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus and just 4 others to win all 4 major professional majors in a season. After more than a decade of chasing Augusta glory, McIlroy finally got his dream ending, and it fits perfectly. Fresh off leading UConn to their 12th national title, superstar Paige Beckers was elected #1 overall by the Dallas Wings in Monday night's WNBA draft. The 3-time All-American capped off her college career winning the Wade Trophy and torching South Carolina in the title game. Beckers becomes just the 6th UConn legend to go first overall, joining names like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Maya Moore. Beckers called this experience super surreal, saying goodbye to UConn while embracing her next chapter with the Dallas Wings, as she is hoping to revive the Wings squad that just went 9-31 in the last season. Other top picks, including France's Dominique Malanga, going 2nd overall to Seattle, and Notre Dame's Sonia Citron heading to Washington at #3. The WNBA is set to kick off their 29th season, and all eyes will be on Beckers. Lastly, the Marietta College men's golf team finished 3rd at the NYE Intercollegiate hosted by the College of Worcester on Monday. The 2-day tournament was played on the par 72 Worcester Country Club course. Otterbein won the team title with a 2-day score of 611. Worcester's team was 2nd with a score of 621, followed by Marietta with a score of 623. Andrew Corner was Marietta's top finisher, caddying a 152 to place 8th. Zach Hushkin tied for 13th with a score of 157. Hunter Wilson shot a 168 to finish tied for 18th place, and Jacob Conrad tied for 30th with a score of 161, while Wilson McCurdy shot a 168 to finish tied in 56th place. That is all I have for you today in the world of sports. My name is Andrew Jashinsky. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Andrew, for the sports talk. And right now we are joined by Landon Santini with the last look at the weather.
Well, to quickly sum it up, we're in for a bit of a warm spell this weekend with rain coming on Saturday and cooling down a bit on Sunday before a brief return of rain on Monday and temperature stabilizing to roughly 69, 79 going into the work week on Monday and Tuesday.
Well, that doesn't sound bad to me. That's all the time we have for today. From all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting, thanks again for joining us. You can catch us at Thursdays at 12:30 and 6:30 during most weeks of the semester, or you can search for WCMO Television on YouTube.com. See you next time. We hope you have a nice day.